Hi everyone, and welcome to Module 3.4, Developing a Sustainable Business Model Canvas. Whether you want to start your own water or climate-related enterprise, or work for an existing one, understanding how a business is structured and how it can become fully sustainable on an environmental, social, and financial level can make you well equipped for making good and informed business decisions, which will in turn contribute to the sector's overall sustainability. So we're going to start by looking at what the Sustainable Business Model Canvas is, and then delve a little bit deeper into what we call its two building blocks or sections. We have the precision section and the operation section. So let's start by giving an overview of what the Sustainable Business Model Canvas is. It's a holistic framework used in business to understand the structure and the logic behind a project. It's basically the skeleton of a business, the magic that goes on behind the scenes. And why is it useful? Well, apart from being a great tool for having a deep understanding of how your business is structured and what its different components are, it's also a great way to visualize and identify key areas within your business where you could improve or where you need to change. It can help you get clarity on how to create and deliver value to your target groups and do so more efficiently, and also how to capture more value, meaning how to make more profit in your business. The traditional business model canvas is made up of 9 overarching components, but in 2010, business experts Osterwilder and Pinya introduced a sustainable version of the business model canvas by adding 2 additional components to account for the social and the environmental impact of a business. The Sustainable Business Model Canvas has 2 building blocks that represent the 2 main sides of a business. We have the positioning on the right side of the canvas and the operational on the left side of the canvas. The positioning building block illustrates the position of your project in your target market and the added value it creates for the target groups, for society, and for the environment. The components here are customer segments, customer relationships, channels, value proposition, revenue streams, and social and environmental benefits. We will look at these in more detail in the following slides. On the left side, we have the operational building block, which illustrates the operational plan of your project, including all the involved stakeholders and the financial aspects of your project. The components here are key activities, key resources, key partners, cost structure, and social and environmental costs. So, much like the user-centered design approach introduced in the previous modules, when designing a sustainable business model canvas, it's very important to remember that it's not fixed, but instead is in continuous evolution depending on both internal and external factors, and what works and what doesn't work. Your sustainable business model canvas should keep up to date and be in synergy with the changing dynamics of your target markets, your operations, your target groups, etc. It is a living document that needs continuous revision, maintenance, and updates according to the current specifications of your project and your market or markets. So let's look at the right side of the Sustainable Business Model Canvas. In the positioning side of your canvas, you have customer segments, that is, understanding who your different customer segments are. You might only have one customer segment, but you could also have many. You also have to know which one your business depends largely on. It could be that all customer segments have the same equal weight, but sometimes some have more weight than others. You have to know your customers inside out in order to know how to reach them and create value for them. We then have value proposition. This is how you're going to deliver value to your customers. You have to really understand what makes your business unique and stand out amongst the competition. Ask yourself, why would that specific target group choose me to deliver value instead of someone else? We then have customer relationships. Here you will need to define what type of relationship you have to establish with your different customer segments. This will vary depending on the type of product or service that you're selling to them, as well as the specific characteristics of each one of your customer segments. We then have channels. This is how you're going to reach your different customer segments. Find out what channels your customer segments already use, since that might be an easier way for reaching them. We then have social and environmental benefits. This is anything within your business that contributes to society and the environment in a positive way. This can be either direct or indirect. Find out what you're doing in your business that is having a positive impact on society and the environment. We also have revenue streams. Simply put, this is how you make money. You might have one revenue stream, or you can have multiple revenue streams. Some revenue streams might be larger, some might be smaller, they all might be the same. This will really depend on the structure of your business and where you derive money from. Let's move on to the left side of the business model, the operation side. Here we have key activities. These are all the activities within your business that you need to carry out in order to make sure that your business moves forward and that your product or service is delivered to your customer efficiently. List down all the activities you need to carry out, as well as what resources you will need to carry them out and how much time you will need. We then have key resources. These are all the key resources you will need for your business. These can be physical, human, intellectual, financial, etc. Make a list of the most important and indispensable resources, as well as how you're going to access them. You have to make sure that you have a constant access to these resources, and have a plan B in case. What will happen if you don't have access to one resource? Is there another resource that you can depend on? We then have key partnerships. It's very rare that a business can function efficiently without key partnerships. This can be anything from distribution partners to marketing partners, all the way to suppliers. Decide what partnerships you will need to build and establish in order to make sure that your business is as efficient, as successful as possible. We then move on to cost structure. This is all the costs involved in your business. Decide what the key elements are driving your costs, and what are the most important costs inherent in your business models. What costs can your business do without, and which ones does it depend on? And finally, we have the social and environmental costs. This is anything that your business is doing, whether it's directly or indirectly, that is having a negative impact on society and the environment. It's very important that you're very clear on this, as without really knowing how you're having a negative impact, you won't really know how to improve it. Make sure that any costs, environmental or social costs that your business is having, can be converted to social and environmental benefits in order to make your overall business as sustainable as possible. If you're ready to start designing your own project, you can use a Sustainable Business Model Canvas checklist, which we have prepared for you. You will find this in the modules section. You can also download our module worksheet, which will help you learn more about value proposition. Thank you very much, and see you in the next module.